Good morning. My name is Terry Morgan. It is Tuesday, July 14th, 2020. We're here to practice Wudang Taiji. And I will admit here that I'm running just a little bit behind this morning. Not sure whether it was me trying to get up to go see the comet or whether I was just tired, but I slept right through that alarm, and here we are now. So we have a comet that we're not going to see for another 7,000 years or something. I got up at 3 o'clock this morning thinking I was going to go try and look for it. Didn't find it, but I did get up at 3 o'clock, and then I went back to sleep. And I kept sleeping, and no more alarms. So here we are. All right, so this week we have Wudang Taiji, and I'm focused on some fundamentals for all Taiji practice. We took a look yesterday at some legwork and the idea of fully extending and opening. That the simple action done quietly, you don't have to put force into it. It's not the kind of force that we think of as pushing something out of the way. This is opening. You just open. If that's done with a little bit of a smile and all of the energy that you can develop by practicing Tai Chi, anything that might have been there, excluding probably a stone wall and a couple other things that are really hard to move out of the way, will have moved out of the way. Really useful for crowded train stations. Hi. Hi, bye. I've been in some, right now we're not in crowds for the most part. So I think about some of the times in the past when I have been in a crowd of a lot of people, and needed to move. So I could do this and, hey, get out of my way, get out of my way. It doesn't work. It's not effective. But if I'm just moving, that's very effective. All right? The other thing that we want to do, and I'm just talking here, if you're moving in a crowd, is you look for the space that you can pass through without having to move someone else necessarily. So in a crowd, and this has application to Tai Chi as well. Alright, so you're in a crowd, and there's a group of people over here, and there's some people over here, and there's some people here, and there's some people over there, and there's, in that group of people, some will be talking with each other. Some will have their backs slightly turned to one another. Some groups will be more likely to come together. Some will be more likely to separate. And you can see that in the crowd. You actually can see that. You sit someplace and watch a crowd move for a little while. All right, and so as you I'm going to go there. All right, how am I going to get there? I can't go straight. Well, I can go over here, and then I can go around here, and I'm going to go over here. Got through. Not a problem, and reasonably easy to do without me having to go that far out of my way. In Tai Chi, we do the same kind of thing, except we look for those spaces within another person, right? Another person's movement. Alright? In a crowd, you're looking for where is the path through to where I'm going. How can I get there? With an opponent, excuse me, you're looking for fundamentally the same thing. What is the path through? How can I get through to whatever my target happens to be with the least resistance possible? More often than not, particularly for Tai Chi, that's going to be an indirect path. Xingyi will take the direct path. I personally probably going to take the direct path. Tai Chi wants the indirect path. Tai Chi's going to go, I didn't have to deal with that. Whereas something else, not so much Xingyi, but something else might say, yeah, I dealt with that, huh? Okay? So it's a big difference in the approach to the art and the way that the art the fundamental principles of the art should be applied, can be applied. Some things that you want to do with the art, this opening. Let's practice that for just a second. And then I'm going to bring up a chair. We'll practice leg work using the chair. Alright, so feet are going to be about a little bit wider than shoulder width right now. And all we're going to do, arms at your sides, and you're going to bring both arms up to the center and open. That's it. That's all you can do. As you do this, think about keeping the arms round, extending the arm fully, and breathing into that opening from the lower Tantian. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Bring the arms up. Open. Breathe out. And do it again. And yes, you should come down slowly. Open. And down. One more time. Start the shoulders. Extend through the arm. Finally get to the hands and open. Your arms should feel a little bit heavy while you're doing this. A little bit, not a lot. Okay, and so I'm going to come in a little bit, talk, and try not to lose my head up here. Want to talk just a little bit about this idea of open. Bring your arm to the front, but put your other hand someplace. I'm going to put mine here in the tight hand. Bring this arm up. Breathe in. And expand. Just let it float. Let it go. And do it one more time. All right, now this time, extend the entire arm. Engage the full arm. You should feel tension coming down the front of your arm. Through the fingers. Stretch it out. Reach out. Reach out. Reach out more. Reach out more. reach out even more, open, open, reach out even more, open, reach out even more, open, reach out, reach out. Alright, and relax. This idea, open, that's what carries the move. So remember I talked about the breath with the movement, and the mind has to be working with the movement, right? This mind is going to guide the movement. The breath is going to guide the movement. The third element that I'm adding in today is the idea of spirit, intent. What is my intent? Hi. My intent is not, I'm going to do something here. It's, hi. We have this idea in our philosophy. It's meet your opponent as if walking. Hi. I'm not going to come with baggage that I have to carry. Right? You come with your baggage, you carry it. It's yours. I'm not coming. I'm just walking. And if I happen to walk through you, how well. Right? So, I've got a old chair up over here. And I'm going to put this up as my 2 fingers. So we're going to practice a little bit with the leg. We just did arms, right? Arms pretty easy to do, right? Open both arms at the same time. All right? Then I'm going to get this one, and I get this one. Looks a little bit like cloud hands, doesn't it? Oh. All right? Doing this with the legs means that you have to be airborne. All right? And I'm not going to be airborne today. It's not happening. One at a time I can do. All right, so you want your balance chair, if you're using one, and especially if you're a beginner, or if you're even just a little wobbly, I encourage you to do this. You get 2 fingers, 1 finger, 2 fingers on the chair. That's it. 1 finger, 2 fingers. So it doesn't have to be a sturdy chair, because you're not gonna put your weight on this, right? And I've got this on my right side. I'm going to start with my left. Let me reverse it. You're going to start with your left. I'm going to start with my right. Okay? So I have my prop over here. 1 finger, 2 fingers. I'm going to do 1 finger. All right? 1 finger. Only one. 1 finger. Make sure that it's at an angle that you're comfortable with. Not behind you, not so far out, right? 1 finger. 1 finger. Left leg up. Extend foot front. So you can, if you get something to help you balance over here, you can stay longer. And circle. 1. Open the leg. Stretch. Stretch through the leg. Oh, yes. Into the hip. Yes. Stretch. This is Demi-Ronde de Jean Molaire. It's from dance. Yes, it is. One more time. All right, put it down. Now I'm going to talk about this for just a second. So we have several moves that we want to develop the skill and the strength to be able to execute in the way that Tai Chi wants them executed. Smooth, continuous, with energy and strength throughout the entire move. you have to build that up. All right. One of this particular exercise, and as I started to say, one of the disciplines that I have that I found extremely useful for my Tai Chi practice was dance, formal dance training. And I mentioned that this is Petit Rondeggiant Malaire. Okay, the Rondeggiant Malaire on the floor. We have a bigger one that's up a little bit higher, and my leg's not going there today. So, all right, hip high, bring the leg around, hip high, bring the leg around. Not for me today. I'm working on it, but not today. So, we're going to do demi, just about half height, right? Enough that your leg is off the floor. So if you're going to use a chair, you take your leg off the floor, right? Okay? Same leg, same side, do it again. Take all the weight, pull up. You're going to be on your right side. This is my left side. You're going to be on your right side. With the cat. All right? And pull up, release the leg. And forward. Come around. Bring it through. And again, circle. Bring it through. As you bring it through, pull in through the hip. Keep your hip up. Keep your hip open. Keep your back straight. Pull up through the abs. All right, let me do the other side. And same thing here. I probably just had more than one finger on there. And yeah, well, go for that one finger. All right, up on. So now, if you lean more into this hip, you won't be straight enough to keep your balance. All right? So, stay straight. Don't drop into the hip. Stay straight. Pull up. You're on your left leg. I'm on my right leg. Pull up your right leg. And extend. 1, 2. Turn in the hip. Let the leg turn. Open. Keep the hip straight. Extend. Make sure there's energy in your foot. If your foot's flopping out there, you won't be able to do this. One more time. And one more. And I want to talk about that foot for a second. I talked about extending through the fingertips, right? This opens through the entire arm. This opens through the entire leg. So you have to do something with your foot. Your options are basically to flex your foot or to point your toes. You pretty much have to do one or the other. That's the only way you get to extend the foot. So in this case, I've said point your toes. All right? Extend. Reach out with you. Just same as you reach out with your fingertips, reach out with your toes. Reach. 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 Reach more. Right? Reach more. One more time. All right, now, I did not emphasize going to the back. I did not emphasize anything other than open and sweep. This is the same that you can do with the arm. Now, I can kind of take my arms to the back, but it's not going to work real well. My leg, on the other hand, goes around to the back pretty good. We'll work on that another time. All right, so my point being for today's class, and then I want to practice a little cloud hand so we can put this back into context. My point for today is that this idea of opening is something that we do with the whole body. That as the arm opens, there's an opportunity to move whatever might have been there. I don't know. Okay. It works with organic objects. It works with the adults, children, small animals. Not so much with rocks, trees, hard objects. No. All right. So what we've been talking about today, and as yesterday as well, this idea of opening. Open. The same with the leg. We're not going to move the leg, but that same feeling, keep that same feeling in the hip. All right? So I'm going to turn around. We're going to do just a little bit, couple minutes. Yeah, couple minutes. Cloud hands. Pay attention to this idea of open, extend, through the legs as well. Feet a little bit wider than shoulder width. Relax. Upper body relax. Breathe. Turn to the left, right hand up. And turn. Open. Open. Use this idea of open. It's not muscle force. The muscles are engaged. Everything's engaged. But there's no tension. And I'm going to say that again. There's not excessive tension. There's correct tension. Open. Resist as you open. It's that yin and yang part. I'm going to open and I'm going to resist doing it at the same time. Sink, open, sink, turn, open. It's a little bit like a corkscrew. Everything's working. And 2 more times. Left hand down, right hand center. Straighten. with this exercise, this idea of everything's working. My legs are working. My waist is working. My shoulders are working. My hip is working. My hand is, everything is working. Everything is working in harmony. There's no part that's still while the other parts are moving, and there's no part that's moving when the other parts are still. In Tai Chi we say, when one part moves, all parts move. When one part is still, all parts are still. In this exercise, that's my stillness. Right there. Each part moves in the way that it should move, according to your anatomy, physiology, kinesiology, posture, direction, and type of force each part moves together and separately, all as one. And when there's stillness, no, that it didn't. The video didn't cut out. When there's stillness, being able to find that stillness is one of our goals. Appreciate you being here this morning. Thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow. Tai Chi class.